Hello everyone, it's Bev from Living Fabulously, and today I thought it might be helpful to share 3 substitutes for food that people commonly say they have difficulty letting go of. And if you've been following my hassle-free, gluten-free series, you'll know that we've been talking about mindset, we've been talking about making change stick, and a number of things. So if you've missed any of that series, please feel welcome to go and find that on the Living Fabulously with Bev Facebook page. So the first one that I hear often is breakfast cereal. So breakfast cereal is obviously a convenience food. And honestly, if you read the label, you really wouldn't want to eat it if you understand how it doesn't sort of support your nutrition and your well-being, although it's something that's easy to get at. So 2 easy to get at breakfast options that you might want to consider is the first one is pre-making what I would call chia seed puddings, but they're actually very suitable as a breakfast meal. And what you would do is take chia seeds and soak them in a milk of your choice. Now, if you tolerate, dairy, you can add it into dairy, and you just get the proportion right. So it's usually about 3 tablespoons to a cup or less of liquid. And what you do is make it in a glass jar, store it in the fridge until you need it, and when you're ready to eat it, it's obviously set like a firm jelly. And you would then put seeds and nuts or some fruit, whatever it is, berries on top of it. And it's a very delicious, nutritious breakfast. The other option would be to look at some homemade granola. So typically granola has oats and other things which are not gluten-free. So by making your own, you can use things like nuts and seeds, coconut, and then add flavoring to it. A lot of people add cinnamon or sometimes pure maple syrup, a tiny little bit of that to just sweeten it a little bit if you do have a sweeter tooth, or something more tangy that's or spicy. But I also like raw cacao. So raw cacao is great for antioxidants as well. And when you've roasted your own granola, it's really delicious. And then you can add, as I say, if you tolerate dairy, have it with milk, have it with yogurt if you tolerate yogurt, or if you, like me, are lactose and casein intolerant, you would add things like nut milks. Any nut milks you can make easily, or coconut milk if you tolerate that as well. So that's the first one, is replacing breakfast cereal. The second one is bread and wraps. And a lot of people, it's a sensory and a tactile experience eating bread, but it's also a lot about association. We often have association with family meals. So my association with toast is that my dad always used to cut me little soldiers to eat with my egg for breakfast. So when I'm looking for some sort of level of comfort, like needing care, I may turn to toast, and I know that others of you have said that as well. So options to get beyond bread, and a lot of people say, well, why not just eat gluten-free bread? And gluten-free bread is an option. However, I've yet to find one that is not filled with a lot of additives that I don't choose to eat. And so it may be that on the odd occasion I will have gluten-free toast, and that's just a part of daily living, isn't it? But it's not my norm, it's not my go-to. So what I go to as a substitute is, if it's, say, for example, for lunch, what I would use is lettuce leaves, like iceberg lettuce or cos lettuce, and then put your filling inside that and roll it up even like it feels like a wrap, and it's tasty, and it's then obviously gluten-free. So that's a simple one, is to put a filling like a sang choy bao, so mince or something. If you don't eat mince, whatever filling you were going to put on a sandwich, you can put in a lettuce leaf. The second one is as a substitute for bread and also for crackers, when you're wanting something crunchy, is to make your own seed crackers. And with seed crackers, when you've activated the seeds correctly and you then put them together with a binder like psyllium husk, that allows you to not add anything other than a simple flavoring. You could add a tiny bit of Himalayan salt to it. So really just making it yummy. And I do have a gluten-free recipe available for you. The link is bit.ly/seed-crackers. And you can make those, and they store really well in the fridge. And I'd love to know what you're going to put on yours, because they're my favorite. And then the third one that people have challenges with is pasta. So pasta is also one of those comfort foods. And the pasta that we are used to eating is processed to a large degree. So if you were in Italy and they're making fresh homemade pasta, the wheat is slightly different to other wheats. But obviously for us following a gluten-free diet, really what's happening is we don't want to eat gluten. And even if you decided you were going to eat gluten-free pasta, it's often not great because it's made and the texture doesn't seem the same. So I opt and prefer whole grain options. So the whole grain options that I would choose instead of pasta would be brown rice or quinoa, which both have texture and also, absorb the sauce when you add it to something, like a Neapolitan sauce or something like that. So it's just about finding substitutes that you can make your gluten-free lifestyle hassle-free. So till next time, bye for now, and let's live the fab life together.